Streetside Stories helps young people tell the true stories of their lives through the arts, improve their literacy skills, and see new possibilities for their lives in the process.
We provide this arts program, which nowadays mostly arts is cut in public schools. So what we provide is something that's missing.
Streetside Stories comes into schools or after-school programs, and we teach creative writing, visual arts, theater, and media arts to students.
We get some paper and we just start writing about our lives.
The name of my story is The Migrant. Have you ever crossed the border? I have when I was 5 years old, and I was coming from Honduras. Some people were whining, "I'm so tired and so weak." Other people whispered, "I know." The coyote yelled, "We're almost there, don't worry." When I was in Honduras, I thought the United States was the sky. At first, I was shy to tell people, because then they might make fun of me.
Elias was one of the only 8th graders in my class, and I knew right from the start that he was going to be a leader. But I think that something that Elias has struggled with is being a leader in a positive way. Not calling out to take attention away from the teacher, but really how to add to the class and support people. I really saw a transformation in Elias once we started choosing our story. I was really amazed at how clear that story was in his mind, even though it happened a long time ago.
I wanted to really write that story.
In a traditional school day, you have the students who act out, and as the year goes on, they kind of get pigeonholed into being that student who doesn't do the work or is disengaged. I think what's really nice about a Streetside program is that the ratio of teacher to students is always really small. So we do have the chance to connect with students on that personal level. And after Elias started writing this story, I saw him become very focused. I saw him become a really powerful leader in the class.
What we did in the last day of class was stand up in a podium and read our story. I let people know what I've been through, and maybe they've been through the same things too.
At the end of the class, I saw a pride in him that I didn't see before about how this is a finished product of a story he could be really proud of.
It doesn't matter where you come from, as long as you love each other.
You don't get to do a lot of stuff that you do in Streetside in regular school. My story was about how I was in 4th grade and I used to be scared to show my talent. I really didn't like to sing in front of people. And then these teachers came up with this thing called Glee Club. And so me and my friends went in and I sung, and that made me feel more comfortable singing in front of people.
I first met Christasia in one of our classes, and she was a little shy, a little quiet, but we were able to build upon skills that she'd learned in 2 other elementary school Streetside workshops.
Maddie was very outstanding. We related a lot to each other.
Particularly our program, because we do the drama, it gets kids that might not necessarily be comfortable performing to do things that are silly, because we do improv, which helps them with their writing. By the end of the workshop, Christasia had an amazing story. She seemed really a lot more confident in class, and we actually ended up publishing it in the Streetside anthology.
When the kids get into Streetside Stories, they come out more confident. It helps them a lot with their peers and even with their teachers, just in general in life.
Sharing my story helped me to be more comfortable in front of people and more not scared.
Streetside Stories, I guess at the beginning of the summer, I just thought it was gonna be strangers just telling us what to write. But then it was more than that. They took time to understand us as teenagers, as Samoans, and the pressures we go through.
We brought up a lot of conversations about how important it is to teach legacies about your culture through storytelling.
Vanessa showed us an artist. He went by Prime. He was Samoan, which really inspired me. It showed me how he expressed his love for his culture in his graffiti. And why can't I not do that in writing? My story is about assimilation and adapting to the American culture and losing your roots. A lot of the younger generation now, they know nothing about their culture. When I would roll up in a car and then I'd have my native music playing, I'd used to be embarrassed and roll up my windows. And then one time my dad, he was like, "Why are you ashamed?" And I didn't have an answer to give him. But then as I grew older, I really learned to appreciate who I was and who my grandparents were in their background. I wrote a poem and actually turned it into a video with clips that had to deal with what I talked about. When people ask me what I am, I simply respond I am Samoan. S-A-M-O-A-N. Most of the time, people know about Samoans only for being NFL players or wrestlers from way back then. There is so much more to Samoans than just big bodies and long idyllic hair. We are also people with feelings that love and care. If every kid was able to be in touch with the roots and write and express themselves through art, I'd say there'd be less violence. You'd get to know each other on a deeper level than just seeing the outside of a person. If you read something, you won't judge them. You'll know their story instead of jumping to conclusions. Moso se la fai fa mole fa angalo itai monai o uso se fa mangalo mai moso se la fai fa mole fa ngalo